double tak? Kalau tak dengar double, okay. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, yang dah masuk sekarang ni, macam biasa, malam ni sebenarnya adalah sesi online mingguan kita, tapi malam ni sesi yang santai sikit ya. Sebab ramai yang tak dalam keadaan yang tak berapa sihat, tapi tak apa, kita teruskan insyaAllah. Macam biasa, sesi ni kalau semua ada dalam keadaan sedia boleh on camera, kalau tak apa, just tutup mic saja supaya tak mengganggu sesi kita. InsyaAllah kita akan habis paling lewat pun 10 suku. Okey, kalau tak kita habis awal lah. Okey, malam ni kita ada 2 session sahaja. Session pertama ialah saya sendiri akan buat sharing on testimony sepanjang saya menggunakan produk Shuanghor. Dan sesi kedua insyaAllah kita ada perkongsian daripada Special VM Uncle Malik untuk berkongsi tentang how do you begin Shuanghor ya, kalau tak silap. Okey, sebelum tu saya perkenalkan diri, nama saya Ayah Syahdan, telah mengenali Shuanghor agak lama. Okey, bermula sebagai pengguna sahaja. In fact awal-awal tu tak guna pun, awal-awal tu just datang meeting saja sebab nak tengok apa dia Shuanghor ni, sebab Shuanghor ni memang sesuatu yang sangat baru lah, tak pernah dengar langsung sebelum diperkenalkan, tak pernah tahu produk apa dan tak tahu nak expect apa pun masa awal-awal. So zaman dulu the only meeting yang kita ada adalah kita kena hadirkan diri ke physical meeting. First of all, minta maaf kalau suara tak terkeluar sebab baru baik daripada demam sebenarnya. So kita bertuah hari ni kita dapat berkumpul secara online macam ni. Okay, walaupun kita berada di rumah, relax-relax dengan family agaknya, tapi Alhamdulillah some of us choose to berkumpul sama-sama secara online untuk kita share ilmu yang ada lah. Okay, zaman dulu tu macam more than 10 years ago, more than 15 years ago in fact. Tak ada online-online macam ni. Kita kalau nak belajar, nak tahu tentang Shuanghor, upline kena datang jumpa kita ataupun upline kena bawa kita pergi meeting atau kita sendirilah menghadirkan diri di meeting. So awal-awal tu yang membuatkan saya berminat nak guna produk Shuanghor adalah setelah beberapa kali datang meeting, dengar perkongsian daripada leader-leaders lain tentang how Lingzi is an anti-cancer kan. Lingzi ni mampu mencegah penyakit, macam-macam penyakit, dan juga jika dah ada penyakit, mampu baik pulih penyakit kita. Kita tak kata Lingzi ni merawat, tapi banyak testimoni dan juga kajian telah menunjukkan Lingzi mampu, dengan kita amalkan Lingzi dengan dos yang betul, dengan cara yang betul, insyaAllah memang mampu baik pulih keadaan kesihatan kita. So kita believe in holistic ataupun reversal punya cara merawat penyakit. So masa awal-awal guna produk sebenarnya tak ada high expectation pun. Awal-awal tu kita tak rasa pada umur 20-an kan, kita tak rasa kita ni ada penyakit. Kan kita tak rasa kita ni sakit pun. Masa tu tidur lambat pun tak ada hal, tak ada sakit pinggang, tak ada benda-benda yang pelik-pelik lah kan. Kita rasa makan benda yang tak seronok pun okey je kan. Masa tu kita memang cetek pengetahuan tentang ilmu kesihatan lah, of course. Okay, so oleh kerana itu saya tak rasa yang saya mempunyai penyakit masa tu. Sedangkan masa tu sebenarnya dah mula mengumpul beberapa masalah kesihatan. Contohnya saya memang ada eczema sejak kecil, saya ada asma, okay, sejak kecil. Ini adalah lebih kepada mungkin orang kata penyakit keturunan kerana arwah ayah saya pun asmatik. So kita adik-beradik semua ada package-package yang tersendiri. Macam kakak sulung ada resdung, kakak yang kedua ada asma, yang abang ketiga resdung balik, dan saya yang keempat special lah, kita dapat combination of resdung dan asma tu. Okay, level kami saja yang berbeza-beza. Okay, jadi pada saya jika bangun pagi-pagi dan bersin tu perkara normal. Sebab kita empat adik-beradik pun memang begitu. Memang bangun-bangun standard lah tu bersin pagi-pagi kan. Pada kita itu bukan benda yang pelik. Tapi bila kita dah masuk sekolah asrama kan, kita dah masuk universiti, kita dah bergaul dengan kawan-kawan lain, barulah kita tahu kan apa betapa kita punya ketak normalan tu. Orang lain tak ada pula bersin pagi-pagi, kenapa kita seorang je, macam itulah. Okay. Tapi resdung, asma, eczema sejak kecil tu ada. Cuma eczema tu semakin saya membesar semakin okey. Eczema saya, saya tak boleh nak makan ikan. Okey, saya punya sedikit health history. Masa kecil-kecil saya ingat saya memang tak boleh nak makan ikan. Ikan bilis, keropok ikan, ikan tenggiri memang tak boleh langsung. Kalau makan memang gatal-gatal. The only ikan yang saya boleh makan, saya ingat lagi adalah bawang putih saja. Sebab katanya ikan tu mahal kan. So agaknya ikan mahal je lah boleh. So zaman dulu lah, zaman dulu. Okay. Zaman sekarang tak tahulah how contaminated sebenarnya laut kita kan. Mungkin sebenarnya yang jadi alahan tu bukan sebab ikan tu, tapi sebab kandungan yang dah masuk dalam perut ikan tu biasanya. Tapi itulah, saya kecil-kecil memang ada masalah eczema, tak boleh makan ikan. So bila saya dah masuk sekolah rendah macam tu, kalau tak silap saya tanya mak saya, boleh tak saya nak makan ikan, nak try lah. Tu mak saya kata, try lah. Kan. Lepas tu bila saya try sikit-sikit, oh okey, boleh rupanya. Okay. So saya pun dah start makan sikit-sikit dan sampai sekarang saya Alhamdulillah boleh makan ikan lah. Cumanya bila saya masa kena Shuanghor tu, masa saya kena Shuanghor, saya sebenarnya masih ada asma tu. Asma tu adalah macam um, kalau saya batuk akan trigger asma. Okay, batuk tu akan trigger asma. Maksudnya saya akan avoid untuk batuk lah. Masa saya kecil-kecil, saya ingat saya boleh je minum air sejuk apa semua. Tapi bila saya dah makin besar tu, saya perasan kalau saya kerap minum air sejuk, ais, saya akan batuk. Dan bila saya batuk, saya confirm akan kalau pagi tu batuk, petang tu dah wheezing. Wheezing tahu bunyi. Okey, tu dah wheezing dah. Lepas tu malam dah susah nak bernafas. Confirm lah malam tu tak boleh tidur. Itu saya lah masa saya baru-baru kena Shuanghor. Itu adalah situasinya. Jadi saya akan sedaya upaya untuk avoid batuk masa tu. Maksudnya saya akan cuba untuk kurangkan minum air sejuk. Saya pernah juga masa sekolah asrama, umur 16 tahun, masa tu tak kena Shuanghor lagi. Mungkin sebab suasana dekat sekolah asrama ke, macam mana sejuk sangat ke kan. Hampir setiap malam saya memang akan diserang asma. Hampir setiap malam saya akan semput. Um, um, Bila balik rumah tak ada pula kan. So bila kita balik rumah, kita bagi tahu mak macam tak percayalah kan. Kan kat rumah tak ada benda pun. Tapi ada satu masa tu saya diserang asma masa dekat rumah. Lepas tu bila mak saya tengok keadaan saya macam tu, saya terus dapat MC 2 minggu. Menunjukkan memang saya punya asma tu agak teruk masa tu kan. Okay, so bila saya kena Shuanghor, macam saya cakap tadi, saya memang dah biasa bila batuk saya akan semput. Jadi kadang-kadang bila saya batuk tu, saya dah ambil MC siap-siap untuk masa tu saya dah habis belajar, saya baru dapat kerja. Saya ingat the first time saya tak semput. Okay, the first time saya tak semput ialah saya dah start batuk pagi tu. Lepas tu masa tu memanglah tak senang sikit lah kan. Masa kerja tu asyik nak mengular je kan. Jadi macam dah start batuk lah, malam ni confirm tak boleh tidur. So saya dah ambil MC siap-siap untuk keesokan harinya. Sebab saya dah confident lah malam tu saya memang tak akan tidur. Saya memang akan semput lah malam tu, akan sesak nafas. Tapi Alhamdulillah malam tu sebenarnya saya adalah malam pertama dan sampai sekarang saya dah tak saya tak kena semput lagi. So itu sebenarnya sudah 2 tahun, lebih kurang 2 tahun saya amalkan produk Shuanghor. Jadi saya amalkan produk Shuanghor tu macam main-main je tau. Macam bila dapat gaji saya beli wine Yungkin Twin Pack. Bila macam dah surut sikit, tapi kita makan Yungkin Twin Pack tu ikut dos lah yang 12-25 tu kan. Lepas tu dah suruh sikit ambil jahu, okay, dan sebagainya, sikit-sikit ambil Nutri tablet, kopi. Masa tu kopi dah ada. Tapi saya ingat pada hari tu, hari yang saya first time tak kena semput tu, saya dah start makan um, bila dah start batuk tu saya habiskan Lingzi yang ada kat rumah. Masa tu saya ingat saya ada jahu Lingzi, ada beberapa kapsul saya habiskan. Bila dah habis kapsul, saya macam masih rasa batuk lagi. So saya ambil kopi dengan protein masa tu, okay. Towards malam saya ambil kopi dengan protein. Lepas saya ambil kopi dengan protein tu sebab kita nak ambil apa je lah produk yang ada kan masa tu. Dalam kopi kita pun ada sedikit ekstrak yungkin ganduma. Lepas tu bila dah habis ambil kopi protein tu malam dan towards nak tidur tu amazingly saya punya batuk semakin reda. Okay, tak jadi makin teruk, dah tak ada wheezing dan Alhamdulillah malam tu terus tak jadi semput. Okay, so masa tu saya rasa amazing sangat. Walaupun masa tu dah 2 tahun berkenalan dengan Shuanghor, dah 2 tahun pergi meeting, dengar macam-macam testimoni orang baik daripada kanser, penyakit macam-macam kan. So pada saya bila benda tu terjadi sendiri pada saya, di mana saya rasa asma tu dah sebati dengan diri saya, memang tak boleh nak buat apa sebab orang kata penyakit keturunan dan sebagainya. Tapi ternyata tidaklah. Ternyata kita sebenarnya memang boleh reverse penyakit kita. So itu antara salah satulah improvement kesihatan yang saya alami. Selain tu saya juga pernah dalam masa 2 tahun tu sebenarnya ada beberapa lah healing crisis yang saya lalui. Contohnya macam saya cakap masa kecil-kecil saya ada eczema, saya ada gegata naik balik sepanjang saya makan produk dan bila saya rujuk pada upline kata teruskan saja sebab kat pollen punya botol kan dia kata tak sesuai untuk orang yang ada alergi dan masa tu saya sedang makan pollen. Tapi saya teruskan saja ikut je cakap upline dan Alhamdulillah memang sampai sekarang tak ada masalah pun kalau makan pollen kita. Okay? Sebab pollen di luar sana kalau yang kita tak tahu asal usulnya memang boleh menyebabkan alahan sebenarnya. Tapi bukan kita punya yungkin pollen ya. Lepas tu dan sampai sekarang lah. Sampai sekarang lah saya jadi pengguna tegar Shuanghor di mana saya sendiri amalkan. Sampai sekarang dah anak-anak, family pun saya akan bagi produk Shuanghor jika tak sihat dan sebagainya. Okay. So itu saja perkongsian daripada saya. Ada apa-apa soalan tak setakat ni? Tentang saya punya hari saya share sedikit pasal asma saya lah itu penyakit yang agak lama. Okay. Dan sebenarnya kalau saya boleh add sikit lagi masa saya dalam mengandungkan anak yang ketiga kan kadang orang kata penyakit lama kita kalau mengandung kadang-kadang dia datang balik kan. So masa saya mengandungkan anak yang ketiga saya mengalami batuk yang agak lama lebih kurang 2 bulan lebih sebenarnya. Dan walaupun saya batuk lama tengah mengandung tu, siapa yang tengah mengandung sekarang mungkin tahulah azabnya macam mana kalau kita tengah batuk sambil mengandung. Okey, dia menekan perut kita kan. Tapi Alhamdulillah sepanjang saya batuk 2 bulan lebih ketika saya mengandung tu saya dapat tidur baring dan lena. Saya dapat tidur, saya tak ada semput Alhamdulillah. Okey, paling-paling teruk pun saya hanya wheezing saja. Okey, tak ada lagi sesak nafas. Senang cakap suami saya tak pernah tengok lah keadaan saya sesak nafas macam mana. Saya pun dah tak ingat dah macam mana keadaannya. Tapi satu benda yang saya tak nak ingat balik lah sebenarnya kan. Sesak nafas ni maksudnya kita memang tak cukup nafas lah nak ambil nafas. Okay, so jika tak ada apa-apa soalan apa yang saya kongsikan tadi. Ada apa soalan ke? Sekejap tengok ada chat ni. Chat apa Wheezing tu macam mana? Oh, wheezing tu tadi saya buat bunyi yang macam macam tu. Itu sebenarnya sebab kita punya kita bernafas dah berbunyi. Okey. Itu biasanya perjalanan nak jadi semput lah tu kita batuk dulu. Okey, batuk kita masih boleh bernafas macam biasa tapi bila kita punya bernafas dah berbunyi tu maksudnya kita wheezing, saluran pernafasan kita agak dah sempit. Lama-lama tu dia akan jadi semput. Itu perjalanan dia batuk, wheezing dan semput. So sejak 2008 sampai sekarang Alhamdulillah semput tu tak pernah datang lagi. Paling-paling pun wheezing. Itu pun macam 2-3 kali saja. Masa saya mengandung tu dan juga baru-baru ni yang raya 2 tahun lepas kot. Yang balik kampung yang dah lama COVID tak balik kampung 2 tahun tu kan. Lepas tu bila kita balik kampung mungkin habuk menebal lagi. So saya ada wheezing masa tu, tapi boleh tidur Alhamdulillah. Okay, so yelah kalau orang tak pernah tengok orang semput, agaknya memang tak tahulah macam mana keadaan dia. Okay, jika tak ada apa-apa soalan yang lain, saya nak teruskan kita punya sesi malam ni kepada speaker yang seterusnya. Jika sudah bersedia, kalau ada slide boleh share slide. Kalau tak ada, boleh teruskan special VM Uncle Malik. Ada ke tu? Boleh buka mic.
Assalamualaikum. Just give me a couple of seconds. There's a slight technical hitch here. Sorry.
Sebelum tu ada siapa-siapa nak share testimoni ke ataupun ada apa-apa soalan lain? Okay, tak ada, tak apa. Alright. Sementara tu rasanya just nak ingatkan bulan ni kita punya closing adalah pada 30 November 12 tengah hari. So siapa-siapa yang dah check PV masing-masing, kalau nak top up last adalah 30 November pukul 12 tengah hari. Dan jangan lupa membership renewal untuk tahun ni last adalah 31st December. Tapi kalau boleh elakkanlah kita last minute elakkan last minute. Siapa yang tak renew lagi tu, sila renew segera. Kalau tidak nanti memang tak boleh nak tolong lah kalau dah terlambat. Saya dah renew siap-siap, saya takut. Saya takut sebab saya ni tak berapa nak efficient. Kan terlupa. Okay. Meeting bulan ni dah tak ada dah rasanya kan. Meeting bulan ni dekat company tak ada lah. But last hari tu, last masa aku sense. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan ke?
Kalau tak
Irna nak tanya.
renew macam mana What happens kalau orang yang dah ada downline dan orang yang tak ada downline? Which is better?
Okay, kalau orang yang dah ada downline, kalau you tak renew memang rugilah sebab you punya downline tu semua akan lesap begitu saja. Tapi sebab sekarang kita ada promo free membership sampai Jun 2024. Kalau ada yang tak ada downline lagi, better tak payah renew. Okay, just rejoin saja tahun depan.
So it is kalau yang tak ada downline, join as a new member next year. Tak payah renew. But
Yes,
once yang ada memang kalau you tak renew, habis semua people under you.
Betul.
Okay.
Okay. Uncle ready?
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yep, can.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. My name is Malik. So apologies.
Macam ada
but I will be
double.
speaking in English.
Macam ada double. Mungkin Aunty Nina dekat sangat.
Set your sound off.
Aunty Nina kena pergi jauh sikit.
Can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Alright, okay.
Okay, so my name is Malik. So basically I will be telling you my point of view in relation to what you can see on screen. How do we begin Shuanghor? But maybe it's not going to be the what you expect. But that being so, hopefully it's still a useful angle or perception of what beginning with Shuanghor means to me personally, and hopefully you will find value in that. So for me, I'm newly liberated from the shackles of everyday employment. I'm a happy, thankful rat race escapee after 30 years of voluntary, what I term as slavery in the corporate world. So whilst I'm not someone who is new to Shuanghor, my wife Nina, having been active in the business for I guess 25 years or so, I am new to the business of doing Shuanghor, and I've only been active myself promoting the idea of health and wealth generation for maybe around 11 months or so. So it's relatively recently. However, it's come to my realization during that time, this time of learning and unlearning, of ups and downs and challenging in-betweens, that as a Muslim, I've come to realize, and it's a refreshing realization, it's an unexpected realization that is both affirming and gratifying, I guess, that so much so that it's significantly reinforced my determination for to do Shuanghor and succeed in Shuanghor. It's determined, reinforced my reasons for continuing this business together with Shuanghor. And it's also raised my, rather significantly, I might add, also raised the effort I exert from day to day ever higher in pursuit of the many future goals that are embedded in my brain. So you see this question on screen, how do we begin Shuanghor? So this is coming back to this realization that I was making reference to just a moment ago. Now, it may be something that everyone here has already long registered and recognized. I may be the odd man out in seeing this or looking at it in this particular way. It may not be a unique thought, but be that as it may, whether this is the case or it's not the case, I think just the act of me serving, sharing this tonight serves as a reminder for me specifically and for anyone else as well, as to why this business, as to why Shuanghor is truly worth the while of each and every one of us here today, and our networks that we're trying to build with great care and attention. And it's truly worth the time, the trials, the troubles, and the relentless, unwavering energy and effort a more rewarding life demands of us whilst we're here in this world, in this dunya. So this realization, as I said, maybe for me, it's only become something that I've seen recently. I wasn't really in tune with the business before, perhaps, so I didn't see it. So it's only during these past 11 months that I've come to realize that this business, this thought about this business that I want to share with you today, especially, I think also just bearing in mind what we see happening in and around the world at the present time, as we witness this tragedy unfolding. And I know there are many tragedies unfolding around the world, but there's one specific one that's, for me at least, grabbed my attention for almost 2 months. It's unfolding before our eyes on social media, on the news. This immeasurable insanity and cruelty that we're witnessing, it's made me realize that what I'm trying to convey to you tonight has all the more validation. And also the fact that because of what's happening, a lot of people, especially the Muslim population, including that population or that the Muslims here in Malaysia, they're beginning to look at who they do business with. They're beginning to question who they do business with. So they rethink who they choose to do business with and the reasons why. So I think it's also something that we need to bear in mind and something we have to have answers for. So that's kind of a second point that reinforces what I wanted to share with you here tonight. But let's not go too much into the politics. I mean, that's going to hopefully be something that sorts itself out, and that we wish and hope that all will be well soon in every way possible for those now suffering insufferably. And let's return momentarily, at least, to this realization of which I spoke. And it's a very simple realization. It's simply this, that how do we begin Shuanghor? Well, Shuanghor is a business we can do, each and every one of us, Bismillah. For me, that is it may sound simple, it may sound something that's kind of obvious, but to me, it's always it's supremely important. I feel this business, the Shuanghor business, is a business we can do and begin each and every day, each and every one of us, every encounter, every conversation, every interaction, every determination, every meeting, sharing, posting, sponsorship, every day, every week, every year. We can begin all of that with Shuanghor, Bismillah. So let me begin to break that down a little bit. Obviously, because we don't have so much time this evening, I won't go into too much detail. But just to kind of reinforce what I'm saying, the importance of what I'm saying, if I'll just go to the next slide. So probably, I guess most of you here this evening are aware of this. There's a hadith, a very famous hadith, which states that innamal a'mal binniyat, which translated means verily our deeds are measured by our intentions. So what better way to start your Shuanghor day each and every day than with the best of all intentions? And the best of all intentions begins obviously with Bismillah, knowing and believing with utmost sincerity and perfect clarity that all you do and say to anyone and everyone you meet, be they seasoned Shuanghorians or newbies, it doesn't matter, is based on validated and verifiable truth about health, about wealth, about being successful in this world as far as that is possible, without straying off course or falling by the wayside in any way whatsoever. Now, you might say, why do I say this? Well, the answer is very simple. The answer lies with Shuanghor. Because Shuanghor, for those of us who are familiar with the company, we know it to be, and we trust it to be, a bona fide business entity. And I'm so thankful that this business is founded upon a moral code that aligns very cozily with Islam, with our akhlaq. So this is a series or a framework, if you will, of ethical principles and virtues that help guide us to cultivating a good character based on honesty and generosity and humility and empathy, especially when obviously interacting with other people, which is the nature of this business by default, because it's a networking business. So this means quite naturally that there's no cheating. There's no room for lying, no room for price cutting, no harsh words or half-truths or tricks to win a sale. In short, it's a no-nonsense business. There's no negativity of any kind will be entertained or welcome in this business. So that's a very positive and very powerful framework, which aligns with our view of the world, our perspective of the world. And then if you go to the second part of this hadith, which hopefully everyone is relatively familiar with, okay, which states, وَإِنَّ مَا لِكُلِّ مَرْءٍ مَا نَوَى. So this is basically a line which is qualifying and clarifying the importance of the intention and the reward that we can expect as a result of having a pure intention. It's very reassuring, and it unequivocally means that for every reward that we gain from the powerful or the positive intention, the sincere intention, will be rewarded in accordance with the merit of our sincerity or with the merit of our intention. So that is to say, if one's intention is truly sincere, then the outcome will be positive. There'll be a good outcome, inshallah. And vice versa. If we have a bad intention, then we can expect to meet trouble along the way. And I think this means that everyone who does this business, who is true to their word, to their belief, to their moral code, the ethical code, can and will win with Shuanghor, provided they remain within the confines of that moral framework. So we come back to the question, how do we begin Shuanghor? Well, Shuanghor begins quite simply with Bismillah. So better yet, having established that we have this moral framework, which aligns very nicely, dovetails very nicely with Islam, we also know that Shuanghor as a company, beyond just, this code of ethics, which I can actually say, by way of testimonial, that through my experience with this company over 25 years, although I wasn't doing the business, I have seen them consistently and without fail uphold their level of adherence to this framework, to this code. They've never let their guard slip. They are very serious about this, and they uphold it to in the best measure possible, to the highest degree. So then we, as distributors can take this to heart and believe in what they do and how they do it, and then build from here. We have another, it's like almost an armory or a wealth of other reasons to help persuade people at large that what we do each and every day as Shuanghorians, that what we say each and every day as Shuanghorians is founded upon a simple yet honorable set of human-centric truths. So, for example, above and beyond the framework, we have the networking model that Shuanghor uses, and we know this to be Sharia compliant. So once again, it reinforces this idea of beginning your day as a Shuanghorian with Bismillah. Proof of that, it's been operational for 36 years in Malaysia, without issue, without complaint, without any kind of controversy whatsoever, as far as I'm aware. So Shuanghor is not a pyramid builder, and we are not slaves to a pharaoh. Okay? And then additionally, because of the nature of the MLL structure, the networking model that Shuanghor employs, we do not have to take out business loans from the bank to engage in the Shuanghor business. Unlike conventional business models, all the preparatory work has been done for us. The R&D, the propagation and cultivation of the lingza, the processing and packaging, the shipping, the warehousing, the establishment of multiple distribution points nationwide. All of this has been taken care of for us. So anyone from any walk of life, educated or not, can start as soon as they wish, with no worries about borrowing money to pay for any kind of the standard business structures, because we are all enabled as free agents. We are all empowered by membership to share and build a business, a network, as if we are the owners of it, which I think is a pretty good deal. And all the more reason for people to consider embracing this business and what it has to offer. Moreover, we can also add to this, it should be noted also that the products we sell, specifically the lingza-based products, but also other products too, will be backed up by some of these points I'm about to list now and share with you. But specifically the lingza products, they have accreditation. They have patents from around the world. They are supported by GLP certification, which is GLP means good lab practice, which is a very high and difficult certification or verification to acquire. But Shuanghor has achieved this. They have this GLP certification. They also have GMP certification, which is good manufacturing practice. So no matter where you look at this company or how you analyze them and research them, you find that they've covered all the angles, covered all the bases, and everything is given to us literally on a plate, and it's for us to take advantage of it and make use of it to the best of our abilities. They also have, I'm sure you know that they have the ISO 9001, which is a globally recognized endorsement of benchmark quality control. So once again, they've taken care of that too. And if you see the products in Malaysia, we know that many of the products, they bear the KKM logo. So it has they've taken care of that too. They have the regulatory authorities signing off on the products that we sell. So you'll see that on certain products as and where required by law here in Malaysia. You'll also see the halal logo as and where required on the products. So once again, we're removing all of this doubt, giving you all the reasons you need to say, I can start my day today as a Shuanghorian, doing this business, talking about health, talking about wealth, Bismillah. There is nothing that has not been accounted for, nothing that leaves any room whatsoever for doubt. Indeed, I think that we do have, there's a wealth of ammunition to help us maintain the purity of this intention that I'm talking about. So we never ever run from Bismillah. It's like a bulletproof assurance to make our presentations more persuasive, based on genuine facts that can be backed up with all of those points that I've just mentioned a moment ago. And once again, if you talk about the wealth aspect of this business too, all the figures, compelling figures. So when we talk about earnings and the potential for passive income, it becomes all the more persuasive, all the more compelling for people to listen and engage with us in a conversation about how they may benefit from that. So no fiction is required. No hype is necessary. It sells itself. It should sell itself, and that's the way it should be. And we can share with utmost confidence, always, without exception, I think. There's more, obviously. This is just the beginning. We can talk about how, for example, that in Islam also, once again, this is a thought or a concept that aligns perfectly with Islam about how the human body in Islam is seen and considered as amana. So it's a great trust that requires great care and attention from us. And more importantly, in order to do that, we need the correct kind of knowledge that facilitates fulfillment of this requirement in concert with the daily discipline necessary to ensure we follow through with right action. And that action must be founded, obviously, upon a holistic approach that by its very nature encompasses the physical, the spiritual, the mental, and emotional dimensions of simply being human. There's a lot we can say also about the business of doing business in the tradition of our traditions, the Islamic tradition, because this too is a compelling path to empowerment and independence from the tyranny of corporate control and the servitude to shareholders. Because in Islam, once again, the Prophet ﷺ was, together with his wife, a merchant. He was involved in trade. So there is no better business for us to be than this. And we have the level of independence, the ability to make decisions as and when. We are kind of in complete control of what we do and how we go, as long as we remain within the framework that's already been established. So we can be totally truthful in trade, every transaction, at every turn. And the importance and real world significance of this has been magnified, as I mentioned a little earlier, in light of recent events and the boycotts being called for across the globe for reasons we are all, I guess we are all cognizant of or are all aware of. So thankfully, Shuanghor is free from this fitna, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Business, bismillah, can remain business as usual for us in this business with Shuanghor. Okay, now, I mean, this subject is very wide and very large, but I think perhaps in the interest of time, that maybe we have to leave the other matters or the details of those matters to another day. But suffice to say, Shuanghor shares and espouses core values that we as Muslims also hold most dear. It affords us the opportunity to be better Muslims if we embrace it by walking the talk and becoming living, breathing exemplars of who we claim to be and who we aspire to be through mindful interaction with this world and the people therein. Like Islam, Shuanghor sees everyone as equal, and reward is based not on status or standing in society, nor celebrity, nor background, nor anything in fact, other than the merit of hard work, of high standards in all your dealings each and every day, with whomsoever you deal. This becomes the measure of who we are and who we are perceived to be from the outside. So for me, in conclusion, therefore, Shuanghor is indeed a blessed business. It's a blessed business for us all to be in. We can begin our day every day with Bismillah, with no worry, with no doubt. And we can share this positive message. This positive message, which I think I've mentioned in brief along the way, but not really maybe gone into the details that is required, but leave that for another day. But there's two basically foundational messages that we're going to build this business on. The first is that we are promoting health. Does it go to the next slide? Mukhrija, where's my... just give me a moment. Sorry, I've lost my other computer. Okay. Okay, so health for the human race. That's the first thing that we're going to talk about and sell. And then equally important, and for those that choose to follow through, is wealth for the human race. And we can talk about these things, these two noble talking points, foundational business platforms, if you will, without worrying about the outcome ever. Because as Muslims, we don't need to. What is written is written. And that should be of no concern to us whatsoever, provided we begin with the right intention, provided we begin with Bismillah. So we don't fear failure or lack of response or a difficult conversation or rude answers or disinterest or no interest or sarcasm or criticism. Those of us who have a great why can bear almost any kind of how. All we need to do is prepare our heart and our mind for the challenge ahead. So then we can say, ready, steady, Bismillah, and begin our day and go about our business and sell the story of health, sell the story of wealth without worry. And inshallah, we will all meet with the success that we seek by beginning in the right way. So with that, I guess I will conclude my sharing for this evening. Hopeful that I have not made too many mistakes along the way or taken too much of your time. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. One and all.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Thank you very much, Uncle Malik, for the lengthy presentation. Untuk kesimpulannya, kalau I boleh simpulkan, macam-macam Uncle cakap tadi kan. Tapi betul sangat apa yang Uncle cakap tadi. Shuanghor ni memang sangat-sangat tak bercanggah dengan Islam. So as a Muslim, bila kita menjalankan bisnes Shuanghor, sebenarnya kita akan rasa tenang saja. Kan sebabnya apa yang kita buat tu memang hanya membantu orang, kita tak menipu. In fact dalam sistem Shuanghor sekali dia punya 5721, the 5 principles, semuanya menggalakkan kita membuat benda-benda yang baik kan, macam no financial issues, no affairs within upline dengan downline dan sebagainya kan. Tak ada mengajak kita untuk buat benda-benda tak elok. In fact kita ada ramai sangat group dalam Shuanghor, ramai leaders, tapi kita hanya follow satu sistem dan kita boleh kekalkan the harmony environment, okay, environment yang sangat-sangat healthy bila kita berada dalam Shuanghor. Dan juga once MLM ni adalah sesuatu yang semua orang buat. Ada pada satu masa tu lah, dalam lebih kurang 30 tahun dulu, ada yang bergelar MLM junkie sebab MLM tu masa tu baru agaknya. So dapat macam satu peluang yang sangat-sangat wow lah kalau jalankan network marketing ni. So bila nampak macam wow, nampak macam cepat, nampak macam mudah dia punya perkembangan tu, ramailah orang yang agaknya dikaburi mata dia, sampailah satu tahap tu MLM digelar scam. Sebab dah ramai orang menyalahgunakan sistem MLM tu dan menjadikannya seperti scam cepat kaya dan sebagainya. Itu sebenarnya bukan salah MLM, tapi salah orang-orang yang telah menyalahgunakan sistem MLM tu lah menjadikan dia scam. So daripada sesuatu yang sangat-sangat ramai orang berminat, tiba-tiba jadi scam. Tapi MLM tu MLM jadi scam, bukan Shuanghor tapi sekarang ni kalau kita tengok trend dia, MLM dah datang semula. Ramai orang dah start untuk berjinak-jinak semula dengan MLM atau multi level marketing atau network marketing, kerana memang terbukti MLM ni sangat-sangat dia punya potential dia memang sangat-sangat jauh, okey. Dan macam Kak kata tadi, kita steady saja, kita buat saja, sebab Shuanghor pun dah 36 tahun di Malaysia dan dia punya sistem semua dah terbukti. Kita dah melalui zaman gawat satu ketika dulu tahun 90-an, kita dah melalui PKP, lockdown, dan alhamdulillah kita masih berada di sini dan lebih maju, lebih teguh. So kita dah melalui segala krisis ekonomi, segala krisis dunia, krisis isu kesihatan sebagainya, alhamdulillah. Jadi apa lagi yang kita nak nantikan? Ramai orang dah mencari-cari MLM apa yang diorang nak buat. Syukur kita dipertemukan dekat sini. Okay, jika ada apa-apa siapa-siapa yang masih was-was, datang lagi, join kita punya sesi sebegini, belajar lagi tentang kita punya network, di mana kita selalu dekat meeting sebegini, kita akan share tentang kesihatan, share tentang produk dan share tentang peluang bisnes. Macam mana kita nak menjalankan bisnes yang seperti Uncle kata tadi, tanpa modal. Kita tak perlu nak buat pinjaman beribu-ribu, loan beribu-ribu. Percuma saja sekarang ni ada promotion free membership, dan jika nak beli sesuatu pun boleh beli sekotak kopi ataupun beli sebatang green tea, itu pun tak ada paksaan, yang bernilai sangat-sangat murah, bawah RM50 kan, untuk memulakan bisnes Shuanghor. Tak perlu nak buat loan dan sebagainya, dan semua orang dianggap sama rata dalam Shuanghor. Tak ada yang masuk dulu akan kaya dulu ke, masuk kemudian tak ada peluang, tak ada macam tu. Siapa buat dia akan dapat, sangat-sangat adil. Okay, sebab tu kebanyakan daripada kita leaders dalam Shuanghor memang semuanya lama. Bisnes Shuanghor bukan satu bisnes yang hype. Bukan yang macam sekarang ni hype lah tengah Shuanghor ni, semua orang join Shuanghor, lepas tu lenyap saja, tak ada. Buktinya adalah kita ada beberapa leader semalam ni yang dah Macam Aunty Irna dan Uncle Malik sendiri sudah 25 tahun atau lebih mungkin dalam Shuanghor. Saya sendiri dah lebih 15 tahun dalam Shuanghor. Dan ada ramai lagi leaders kita punya abang pelai pun dah lebih 30 tahun dalam Shuanghor. Okay? Dan semuanya masih berada dalam Shuanghor dan masih yelah, kalau kita tak seronok dalam company ni, buat apa kita stay kan. So memang best lah dalam company ni. So malam ni insyaAllah kita nak habis tamat awal sikit pukul 10. Okay. Ada apa-apa soalan ke? Sekejap tengok. Oh, tadi ada yang tanya apa professional background Uncle Malik. Kemarin nak share ke?
I used to work in advertising as a creative.
Creative.
Creative
Yeah.
writer, creative thinker for
Ya,
advertising company.
Tak dengar lah ya.
Dalam bidang creativity. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
used to work in advertising as a creative.
dalam bidang pengiklanan.
No wonder, very good choice of words and spot on.
Okay, so itu adalah Shuanghor ada bermacam-macam latar belakang. Okay, bermacam-macam latar belakang semuanya. Orang yang tak reti, tak pernah buat bisnes pun boleh menjalankan bisnes Shuanghor. Tak ada orang kata tak ada diskriminasi lah. Okay, kita bukannya tengok sijil atau sebagainya kalau nak jadi ahli Shuanghor. Okay. Alright, cukup 18 tahun boleh ajak kawan-kawan atau saudara mara join sebab sekarang ni masih ada promo free membership voucher. Boleh ajak semua orang Singaporean, Indonesian boleh join kita punya network sampai Jun 2024. Okay, jangan lupa untuk gunakan free membership voucher tu. Jangan sia-siakan sebab dia bernilai RM15. So kalau kita dapat taja 100 orang, maksudnya kita dah jimat RM1,500 kan sebenarnya. Okay, so jangan pandang ringan lah benda tu. Company dah bagi kita peluang, kita grab the chance, grab the opportunity. Alright, hati mesti baik, niat nak bantu orang, betul. Dekat dalam Shuanghor kita memang kena perbaikkan hati. Ada dalam Shuanghor yang dulu dia kata pernah bekerja sebagai ahlong. Dengan macam something lah kan. Bila masuk Shuanghor terus jadi orang baik. Terus tak jadi ahlong dah kan. Macam-macam latar belakang dalam Shuanghor. So orang Shuanghor semua baik-baik. Siapa yang tak pernah berkesempatan join kita punya sesi dekat HQ, mungkin nanti boleh join kita punya physical meeting dekat HQ. Okay, jika tak ada apa-apa lagi, boleh ke kita nak ambil gambar sekejap? Kalau ada yang dalam keadaan sedia, boleh on camera. Kalau tak ada, tak apa. Okay. Alright, so I ambil gambar 1, 2. Okay, so jika tak ada apa lagi, terima kasih semua yang hadir malam ni. InsyaAllah kita jumpa minggu depan insyaAllah lepas kita punya summit training tu hari Selasa malam. Dan boleh ajak kawan-kawan baru, okay, meeting nak share ilmu saja, ilmu yang jarang-jarang kita belajar dekat luar sana. Dan terima kasih dan tahniah pada semua yang hadir malam ni. Jumpa lagi insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Waalaikumsalam.